Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. David de Gea turns down latest Manchester United contract. Manchester United goalkeeper David de Gea has turned down the club's first offer of a new contract, reports The Athletic. The Spaniard is entering the final 12 months of his deal at the Old Trafford club. The Red Devils have another season clause in de Gea's contract. However, it was decided long ago they would not trigger it. They want to agree on an extension instead, and talks are expected to continue. Man United want the 32-year-old to sign an extension on reduced wages. De Gea currently earns £375,000 per week at the club. The world's highest paid goalkeeper recognized that he must take a reduction to remain at the club. However, the Red Devils' latest offer is not satisfactory enough. De Gea believes he is still one of the most important players at Man United, which should reflect in his wages. Both parties are expected to reach an agreement, and there is enough time for that to happen. Despite questions over his ball-playing abilities, the former Atletico Madrid star remains one of the best in the world. De Gea had a shaky start to the season, but has been impressive in recent months. Man United won the Carabao Cup last month and are still in the Europa League race. They are third in the Premier League after 26 games, 19 points of leaders Arsenal. Only 3 points separate them from Newcastle United, and both clubs have a lot to play for when they meet on Sunday. De Gea will be keen to make a difference again, having often done so several times. His performances going forward will be duly scrutinized, and they will determine his future with the Red Devils. Dean Henderson turned down Erik Tanhaags' proposal to return to Man United in January. Dean Henderson turned down Erik Tanhaags' proposal to return to Manchester United in January, reports The Athletic. The Red Devils manager was without a third goalkeeper at the time after Newcastle United recalled Martin Dubravka. Ten Hag wanted Henderson to end his season-long loan at Nottingham Forest and return to Man United to challenge David de Gea. However, the 26-year-old decided remaining at the City Ground club was better for him. Henderson had played 20 games across all competitions for Nottingham before getting injured in January. He was not willing to swap that for a place on the Man United bench. The Red Devils eventually brought in Jack Butland, who is yet to taste action since joining. Henderson's Man United future would depend on David de Gea. The Spaniard is out of contract in 2024, but talks are ongoing over an extension. The 32-year-old remains a key player under the Dutchman, which is unlikely to change soon. Henderson has 2 years left on his deal, and Man United could see the next transfer window as their best chance to sell him. Two clubs have contacted them over a permanent transfer, and Tottenham Hotspur have been regularly linked with an interest. Steve Cooper's side want to sign him permanently too, but will need to stay up to do so. Henderson will not be short of suitors in the summer, and a permanent exit could be best for both parties. Man United star Scott McTominay scores a stunning brace in Scotland's 2-0 win versus Spain. Manchester United midfielder Scott McTominay produced a fantastic performance as Scotland stunned Spain in their Euro 2024 qualifier last night. Steve Clarke's side went into the game at Hampden Park as big underdogs, but they managed to beat La Roja against the odds after McTominay's heroics. McTominay bagged 2 late goals against Cyprus last week, and he continued his excellent form against Spain, opening the scoring in the 7th minute. The 26-year-old guided a left-footed shot beyond keeper after an assist from Andy Robertson. Scotland were able to preserve their lead until the interval, and shortly after the break, McTominay repeated his goal-scoring feat in the 51st minute. Kieran Tierney made a stunning long bursting run from his own half before crossing in the box. A flawed clearance saw McTominay score on the volley. McTominay has now netted 4 times in his last 2 appearances for his national side, having previously managed just 1 goal in 37 outings for them. McTominay has seen limited playing time for the Red Devils since October. He started the season as an undisputed starter from the number 6 position. However, he was displaced by Casemiro after the September international break. He has since struggled to nail down a starting role under Erik Tanhaags. McTominay started against Fulham in the FA Cup quarter-final due to Casemiro's suspension, but he had a tough outing before being substituted. In our opinion, the Scot is clearly not a defensive midfielder by trade, but he should be used by the manager in a more creative role in the coming months. It's unclear whether McTominay has a future at United beyond this season. His displays for Scotland have definitely enhanced his transfer value for the summer. Man United may have to pay over £400,000 a week to extend Marcus Rashford's stay. Manchester United may have to pay over £400,000 a week to prolong Marcus Rashford's stay. The England international has been in sensational form for the Red Devils this season, scoring 27 goals and providing 9 assists from 44 appearances. 26 of those goal contributions have come since the World Cup, and in our view, the 25-year-old is not far off from becoming a genuine world-class attacker. Talks are currently ongoing with Rashford over a new contract beyond next summer, but it appears a deal may not be straightforward as per The Athletic. United have not taken any major steps forward thus far, and the hierarchy may have to make Rashford the club's highest earner to commit him for the long term. Rashford reportedly turned down an offer of over £400,000 a week, £21 million per year from Paris Saint-Germain last summer. He could expect something similar from United. Rashford had a dismal 21-22 campaign with just 8 goal involvements. Hence, his transformation has been quite outstanding under Tanhaags this season. He has been the best performing forward across Europe's top 5 leagues this year, and United may have to pay big money to ensure that he continues with the club. Rashford reportedly turned down a 100% hike on his current £200,000 a week salary from PSG, and this is probably the benchmark for future contract talks. The unstoppable star may want at least £400,000 weekly to commit to the Red Devils, knowing that the likes of Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid could pay him the figure. In our view, United could eventually accept Rashford's wage demands, as they would not want to lose a player in the peak of his career to one of their main European rivals. Victor Lindelof makes Man United transfer decision already offered to Inter Milan. Manchester United defender Victor Lindelof has made the decision to leave the club this summer amid interest from Inter Milan. As per Tuttosport, the Sweden international has fallen down the pecking order this term. Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez have been the regular centre-backs under manager Erik Tanhaags. Meanwhile, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw have also been preferred ahead of him during the second half of the season. The 28-year-old has started just 2 league games in 2023. Tuttosport now claim that Lindelof is leaving United at the end of the campaign, and he has already been offered to Inter, who are preparing for a major defensive overhaul. Milan Skriniar is set to join Paris Saint-Germain on a free transfer, while Alessandro Bastoni and Danilo D'Ambrosio could also head for the exit door after the current season. Lindelof has had a difficult season with United. He has played just 1,400 minutes in all competitions. Out of those, only 539 minutes have come in the English top flight. Hence, the Swede may pursue a fresh challenge in the prime of his career, and the Nerazzurri could be a lucrative option. There should be a starting spot available for him. United signed Lindelof for €35 million from Benfica 6 years ago, and they could hold out for a similar fee this summer, as they have the option to keep him until June 2025. It's left to be seen whether the Nerazzurri will pay such a fee. United are yet to find a possible successor for Lindelof, but they are keeping an eye on Sporting's Gonzalo Inacio. The 21-year-old is a left-footed centre-back who is available for his release clause of 45 million euros. In our view, he could be an ideal long-term signing to compete with Martinez. AC Milan urged to sign Marcel Sabitzer by Italian journalist. Italian giants AC Milan have been urged to rival Manchester United to sign Marcel Sabitzer this summer. Marcel Sabitzer is currently on loan at Manchester United from German champions Bayern München. The Austrian international's future is up in the air, with Bayern recently changing managers. Sabitzer is yet to make up his own mind on what he wants, focusing on his current task of helping Manchester United in the current season. AC Milan have been urged to consider Marcel Sabitzer as a solution for their midfield this summer. Italian journalist Carlo Pellegatti told his YouTube channel that Sabitzer would be an ideal fit for the Champions League quarter-finalist. He referred to previous Milan interest in 2021 before Sabitzer signed with Bayern München and has backed them to revisit an approach. Pellegatti said, "I would think about it if I were in Milan. He is a player of international caliber. Milan would certainly be stronger with him. For me, between Awar and Sabitzer, I have no doubts I will take the Austrian midfielder." Sabitzer impressed during the recent international break by scoring twice and providing an assist in a win for Austria over Azerbaijan. He was praised by manager Ralf Rangnick, who says he believes Sabitzer is playing with more confidence since his move to Old Trafford. Whether Manchester United push to sign Sabitzer permanently is still unclear. Question marks hang over Scott McTominay and Donny van de Beek's future, while Casemiro, Christian Eriksen and Fred are all 30 or older. Sabitzer recently turned 29, and if United are to invest in a midfielder this summer, a priority could be for a young option. The task for Sabitzer is to make himself indispensable between now and the end of the season. If he can't, then perhaps Milan would be an attractive option for him. Potential new owner Thomas Ziliakos calls Manchester United his dream club. Finnish billionaire Thomas Ziliakos has described Manchester United as his dream club. Man United have been owned by the Glazer family since 2005. During that time, discounted towards the owners has continuously increased, with regular Glazers out protests taking place at Old Trafford. Over the last year, the Glazer family have sought to sell their stake in the Red Devils. The two leading parties interested in the club are Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. A new candidate has arrived on the scene in recent times, with Finnish businessman Thomas Ziliakos throwing his hat into the ring. The 69-year-old currently runs a digital media company, having previously been CEO of Nokia. In football, he owned Finnish club Helsinki from 82 to 86. Ziliakos has spoken of his desire to take over at Old Trafford. Speaking to NOS, he said, "I initially thought of investing in an Italian club, then I suddenly heard that Manchester United, my dream club, was for sale. I could hardly believe it. But when I realized it was serious, I immediately called the agent who bought it. Someone from their New York office answered and I said, 'Look, I want to make an offer for Manchester United.'" Ziliakos has already outlined some of his plans for Man United. He claims that he wants to give fans a bigger voice and aims to use his experience in data communication to assist in this goal. He said, "I own companies that specialize in mobile communication. We are already looking at how we can build an app to give fans a voice. We still have to think it through carefully. It's more about the bigger picture, the course determining issues that I want to involve them in. Do we focus on talents or do we get big stars? That kind of thing." Man United face competition from Chelsea and Real Madrid for Gonzalo Ramos. Manchester United are set to face competition from Chelsea and Real Madrid for Gonzalo Ramos this summer, according to Record. The 21-year-old has been in outstanding form for Benfica this season, scoring 24 goals and providing 10 assists from 36 appearances in all competitions. United have been watching the striker closely over the past few months, and it's reported that they are not scared of the 120 million euros release clause. However, they are not alone in the pursuit. Chelsea and Madrid have also monitored Ramos and have taken positive feedback on his performances. United are expected to land a marquee striker in the next transfer window, and Ramos is one of the top names that has been linked over the last few months. However, it has recently emerged that Tottenham Hotspur star Harry Kane is the number one priority for manager Erik Tanhaags, and United plan to hold negotiations soon. Kane will be 30 in the summer, but Ten Hag has the belief that the England captain can transform the club into genuine title contenders with his proven scoring record in the league. Hence, United's main focus could lie on Kane. Suppose they are unsuccessful in convincing Tottenham to do business, the club could turn their attention to signing Ramos. Similar to Kane, Ramos has excellent all-round attributes. He is brilliant with his goal scoring, but also creates chances for his teammates with his impressive passing range. The 21-year-old is also good with his hold-up play and has shown the willingness to drop deep when required. He could be United's ideal alternative to Kane this summer. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.